continually amazed at how life just has infinite layers. And it's always possible to go deeper, get to know yourself better, become more at one with yourself. Every time I feel like I've reached a new level, it feels good. And for some reason, it's hard to imagine something better, although I know there will be, because there always is. But I think it's because it took a lot of work to get to the current level. And for some reason, I know I'm going to keep doing the work, but it's hard to imagine that I can get better, even though I know I have a long way to go, and I always do get better. But it does feel great when you kind of, you peel back a layer and you know you've peeled back a layer. Just things are that much clearer, and life moves that much more slowly. Like, meaning the way that pro football players talk about it, especially quarterbacks. They talk about going from college to the pros, and apparently it's a big jump in complexity and just the challenge, the difficulty, the level of the game. And they talk about how everything moves faster, and then as you adjust, the game slows down. That phrase is used a lot. I feel like as we get kind of deeper into ourselves and become more at one with the universe, that might sound like a hokey way to put it, but I do believe that the universe has an energy. And the more we tap into that energy and are, at one with that wavelength, the smoother life feels. And you can do that by, meditating, focusing on breathing, exercising. I mean, you can do it pretty much doing anything. If your intention is to, come closer to your authentic self and be more at one with the world, then it doesn't really matter what you do. I think you can, as long as it's healthy things. If you're doing negative things, then it's not going to work. But if you're doing healthy, positive things, then, it's not like meditation is the only way to get there. But it is a good way, but it's kind of also, like an obvious way that I think a lot of people talk about. But just as long as your intention is to be at one with yourself and with, the world around you, then, and if you maintain that intention, and if you're conscious about that intention and you think about it a lot, then it will happen. You'll gradually become more and more at one with yourself and with the world around you. And I can feel life slowing down, meaning I can feel myself like experiencing each moment more fully, breathing more deeply, and just kind of the franticness and the kind of, I guess people call it monkey brain, but the part of my brain that feels like I'm behind is constantly being turned down. And so like I'm, becoming more and more at one with the present moment. And it's a great feeling, because I continue to do more, but I'm continually in less of a hurry, right? You know, if you're totally at one with the present, like, the Dalai Lama is probably pretty close, and, Buddha was, was, I don't know, then then you never have to kind of speed up or slow down. You're always at the right speed, right? So you're never behind, you're never in a rush, you're never frantic, you're never overwhelmed. That's the ideal. That's what I think certainly I'm going for. Now, whether or not I or any of us reaches nirvana is kind of beside the point. That it's the effort, it's the path that is important. And yeah, just taking one small step along the path every day or whatever it is, and it's good to see the progress and the fruits of my labor.